Hey everyone, this is Joey up here. How you guys doing? All right, thank you so much for joining me tonight. And I think it's going to be a very interesting evening where you guys are going to be in for a treat because we are going to talk to our very own Master Iverson Lee about his views on period 9. Now, before I begin, how many of you guys are in the JY tribe on Telegram? Type a 1 on the comment section right now. All right. Thank you so much for joining me here tonight, wherever you are from the world. Hi, Freddie, Julia, Zen, Sylvie. Nice to see you guys here. Wow, we are broadcasting this live now on both Facebook and YouTube. And we are going to talk about period 9. Now, before I invite Iverson up and before I introduce him, let me first give you the background on what period 9 is about, so that in case you're new to metaphysics, you get an idea of what we are talking about tonight and why are we hosting a discussion, a talk like this tonight. Okay, so in case you don't already know, with metaphysics is based on time and energy. Okay, time and energy. And so when we talk about time and energy, different energy forms transit on a cyclical pattern. And the transition of what we call the great transition to period 9, it's a couple of years, right? And the actual full transition takes place in 2024, but the transition has already started since December of 2020. Now, this transition changes the way we live, the way we approach spirituality, how people would see the market, the economy, politics. A lot of things will switch. Now, this is called a capital transformation when it comes to energy. And so if you are students or practitioners of metaphysics, in particular feng shui, there will be a big transformation in how you will be using feng shui formulas. If you are learning and using Chinese astrology or any form of astrology, a new age is dawning. So the way we look at charts, the way we give our recommendations, and the way we run our lives should also change. And if you are a spiritual person, meaning you are in search of your own personal enlightenment, your own wisdom, your own self-transformation, that is also a big shift in how you would approach this spirituality of yours and how you would seek your own enlightenment. The things have changed. Your environment has changed. So the big question is, how do we cope with this? How do we take advantage of this upcoming changes? Now, every practitioner will have their own views, their own ways on managing this change, because change is different for different people. Change is different for different people. How many of you realize that we look at things differently? The way we solve problems are different. Some people confront problems up front. Some people strategically, they use alchemy, they transmute, they transform their problems to something else. The way we handle everything is different. Okay, so that's why even if they're the same practitioners of parts, we look at things in a different way, right? What is important to you, what is important to me, it's different because different practitioners have different priorities, different focuses in life, right? So it's always good to listen to how other seasoned practitioners would handle the change and ride this change. And more importantly, how do they thrive and how do they succeed? I think if you are wondering, right, in the last period 8, that means prior to the year 2024, right now you're going through a downward spiral, you're going through some problems. You never know, in the turn of this new era, it could be your time. It could be that this is where you will rise and this is where you can overcome all the problems. Miracles can happen too. You never underestimate that, right? In metaphysics, in this field, we heard of so many different forms of miracles happening, right? What seemingly is impossible, through enormous pain and pressure. There are stories where people have overcome all these adversities. And I think, you just have to find one way that works for you. And I'm sure you can. And how do you do that? That's by listening to different practitioners, different experience users. At the end of the day, you have to remember that knowledge alone is not going to change your life. It is awareness that actually changes your life. Knowledge alone of what is so-called right and what is so-called wrong, that is just knowledge about what is sinful is what is sinful, what is guilty, not guilty. That is just knowledge. But how you become aware of how this is impacting you, your life experience, that's you living your life. So that's why it's very important that we listen to how other practitioners apply this information. And tonight I have the honor and the privilege of inviting Everson Lee to join us in this Q&A, where I will actually play the host to ask him difficult questions about his journey in coping with and surviving and thriving this transition of period 9. And for those of you who are new to Everson Lee, I've known him for, I could say, I think 20 years. I think you can tell a little bit more about that. I known him since when I first started my journey in taking my business to full-time, turning it into a professional practice. He was one of the few that joined my organization at that time. And subsequently, he joined me as a programmer. For those of you who don't know his background, he's got a really analytical mind. That is his gift, and that helped him a lot. And if you are wondering why sometimes you may be, I'm on the left brain, I can't do this, then you gotta talk to Everson, because as a programmer, he's left brain all the way, logic, right? But through that, even that, as the years gone by, he's learned the art of from a non-believer to a practitioner. And then one day he tell me, JY, I want to branch out to be a speaker just like you. And do you think it's possible? I think, well, it's absolutely possible. I mean, that would be great. I love it that the people that have joined me become better and become successful, and I support them all the way. And obviously the rest was history. And that was years ago. I remember his first time stepping out on stage. His hands are all wet. Okay, he was sweating, and I was telling him, hey, I was worse than you when I first started, and I was only speaking to 6 people. Okay, so that was years ago, and look at him now. He's standing on stage talking to, right before the pandemic, on stage where there are thousands of people, and is thriving, and he loved every moment on being on stage. And I thought that who else better to start off my Q&A, in the metaphysics world, than to start off with Everson Lee. And plus, he's lovable. People love him. So many people like him. People like to talk to him, and I think he gives very, very unique answers to the application of metaphysics for a lot of our students. And for those who study under him, will definitely know that he's got a unique take on the application. It's quite different than mine, and I do respect that. It can be different, right? And it should be, right? Because this is an art. People apply the principles in different way. I'll be the first to tell you that you got to apply it in your own way, and you cannot be just one approach. If it's one approach, then it's no longer an art. Okay, yeah. Sally is asking, is Everson married? Yes, unfortunately, yeah. But you can love him anyway. He accepts all love, and yes, and I think I will be inviting him on stage now, because we have 2,351 people logging in live tonight from both channels of Facebook and YouTube. Everyone, please put your hands together by typing a number 1 on the comment section to welcome Everson Lee.
Hi,
hey,
everyone.
How you doing?
Hi, Dr. Louis. I'm great. Thanks for asking. Thanks for having me in this special period 9 talk here today. And also thank you for everyone. Take your time.
Look at how many claps we're getting. We are getting a lot of virtual applause from all the ones that are coming online right now. We have people from so many different countries, almost 2,500 people combined watching our live session tonight, and you have a nice hairstyle. Okay.
Oh, thank you.
I have not seen you. I have not seen you since last. Is it last September? Yeah, last September till now. What have you been doing? I mean, we've been on emails, but I've not met you in person. And what have you been doing all this while? Been hiding at home?
Yeah,
Going
I think
out?
that I eat a lot. Yeah, so for the last since the pandemic, yeah, but I also discovered that during this time, I realized a lot of different thing, also a different part of me, and also my interpretation about Chinese metaphysics and its application. Right.
Wow.
So I
Okay.
think
So
yeah.
that
So
so that I
therefore,
think besides the different hairstyle, since then,
okay.
you know what people say, right? The lockdown is like people just stay back, watch Netflix, and grow fat and deteriorate. We in the metaphysics, we basically we are all right being alone. So I've known that you have thrived in some way. So tell us, you 闭关 for like 9 months, 仔都生埋, I don't know what happened. So out of these 9 months, what are the transformations that you have encountered?
Okay, first of all, during this 9 months, I have the privilege to meet a lot of from different walks of life. Because thanks to the online technology, I'm able to actually do a lot of consultation, parts consultation, especially to different people, right? And then I also understand in this new world, there's a unique challenges, different challenges that they are facing. Then, of course, along the way, I do my best, right? I do my best using parts, Qimeng, Yijing, to help them to
Right.
actually navigate through these hard times.
Right, but first of all, do you feel depressed a lot being at home?
For me, I'm all right because I'm more like an introvert person. Okay, so yeah.
Because everyone is complaining. You see, the funny thing about how we run company meetings. I mean, you haven't been to one of our companies for a long time now, but we have town hall meetings, and sometimes a meeting I still see some people. I gotta tell you guys, I actually don't see all my team members. I don't even know how many people are now in my organization, but there are many I've not met in person, but some of them still say, it's so difficult to work from home. I'm like, where have you been the last 18 freaking months? You still have a problem working from home from now? So I'd like to ask you this, Everson Lee. You have a problem working from home?
For me, I'm fine. Right? Actually, I
Right.
find because I have a lot of things I discovered through working from home.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. So
Yeah.
you
So I
love working.
understand that. Yeah, because when I actually call my friends, they actually tell me they are bored, they're watching Netflix all the time, right? I say, hey, might as well, right? Since we're in lockdown, we don't do anything, right? Might as well use those time to improving ourselves, and that's what I did. And then I actually have a lot of discovery, throughout this lockdown period, and I cannot wait to
Okay,
share.
I'm going to ask you all about your discovery tonight. All right. So you guys here now, wow, we're reaching about 2,600 people right now in the combined channels. I'm going to ask Iverson about his transformation in the last couple of months because I haven't seen him in a long time in person. Okay, so I know that he has improvements, and I want to know what improvements that he has besides a new hairstyle. So now, I think one of the things that I've heard from clients of yours who are also students of mine said that you have talked to them about some form of activating their parts to comply with period 9. I want to know more about this. How do you do that, and what made this discovery? You just wake up one day like, oh, we should actually activate this on period 9. What happened?
Okay, so I think if you are someone new here, actually, I'm a parts consultant, so I do a lot of reading, for clients. And let me just share with you just a background about parts, right? So when we look at parts, especially from the receiving side, the aspect to here, there's something they can do about it, right? So normally when we look at the chart, we look at the luck pillar and everything, right? But luck pillar is like the last straw. But the fact that if your luck pillar is bad, then I mean, in traditional way, there's no way you can do about it, right? So a lot of people might say, hey, how about I wait another 10 years or 20 years? But how about the next 50 years, your luck pillar also not good, right? So, and therefore, a lot of time I discover one new thing, a lot of people focus on the parts until a point like a tunnel vision, but they actually tend to overlook there's a larger energy at play, a larger forces, that is sort of like unrecognizable. But if you're able to discover it, you can take some, I would say, action early, to actually reap those opportunities. Yeah, because during pandemic, I met a lot of clients, they're out of job, right? They tell me, Iverson, I'm hardworking. I have a great college degree, right? I never late for work. How come I being out of job? Right? They're asking this
Right.
question. They pay all the taxes. They say I'm a law-abiding citizens. So I discovered that one of the things here is the reason some people that make it further than some people is not because they're intelligent, is because they're able to play long game. Yeah, they know actually what is happening. So if a lot of you here you lost your sleep because your luck pillar is bad, right? Let me tell you, there are one more larger forces at play that influence it is the period energy. Okay, so I discovered that because
So your discovery, your discovery in your last Paikuan Hermit in the last 9 months wasn't just with Netflix and a new hairstyle. You have discovered a new way of activating a person's parts for period 9. Right, I think that is quite interesting because this is obviously not in the old books that we all have access to. Is this because you have achieved Super Saiyan level 2 or something? Suddenly, right, you discover this, or you have now tested it with a lot of people in the last couple of months, and you found that you have seen improvements.
Yeah, actually, because I actually able to work with client all the time, so I actually look at the chart. There are some special chart like a phoenix formation structure. Yeah. By the way, the name I coin it in a way it's easier to remember. So it's sort of like a special so-called configuration in the Barter chart, which this person tends to perform better in period 9. Right. So I would say that, yeah, this is something that I discovered a lot. Right. So I actually wrote a journal about it. There's this thing. Yeah, so I would say that, and one of the things, the recent one that I did for one of my, this one is my good friend, right? So this one here is, and he actually running a fashion business, and then he actually during pandemic, although that everyone is doing online, right? But even you do online, it's sort of like a lot of competition, right? Because doing online is no longer a new thing, right? It's business as usual. Everyone talking about online. Right, so how do we actually compete at this space here? And we discovered that period 9, right? So just a long story cut short here. Period 9, one trend, yeah, that actually will become super hot is chubby is the new beauty. All right, so so actually when I tell people this, right, people feel happy, yeah, all the ladies will say yes, I also give me 5, and then they shout. Okay, so
yeah,
it's cool.
Said that chubby is the new beauty. I think it's become more accepted of that, right? I think was it recently I saw in Hong Kong someone just won the beauty contest, and she is like I mean she has I mean, as you say, like chubby is the new beauty. Is it? How many of you are from Hong Kong listening now? I mean, I saw that. I'm like, wow, this woman is really got confidence. I mean, I don't know how, but I think she won a lot of in Hong Kong, right? Yeah, and she's won a lot of contracts, and she's really famous now. Even like they're making pillows with her photo, her picture on it. So I'm like, wow. And now see, this is the thing, right, guys, you guys are listening to this, right? You may think that this is like there's no way someone chubby is going to ever going to do it, and I never pay attention to this. I wasn't looking for chubby, right? But now that you mention it, actually it's true. Period 9 being Li Gua, it actually fits the hexagram. And who knows, right? I mean, if all you guys are working, I'm not saying 6 packs is wrong, right? But if you not have 6 packs, it isn't the end of the world, right? So curvy and chubby. Someone's saying that. That's an interesting.
How many of you here happy after hearing this news? Yeah, type the word me in the chat box.
Chubby is the new beauty. I like that. Hashtag chubby.
Yeah, and there was recently a lot of my friends telling me like Victoria's Secret and lingerie companies, they're actually models that they're using right now also formed by a chubby. Yeah, but there's one disclaimer here, there's a difference between fat and chubby. So because a lot of time they feel happy, right? Some of my friends. So I tell them, wait for a while first, right? There's a borderline here, Yeah, because a lot of people mistaken, they're between chubby and fat, right? So it's not about being fat, yeah, but it's about being chubby. Yeah. So this is one of the things that I advise my friend, because everyone doing fashion, right? You need to have a niche, right? So and then he actually revamped on his business, and he's saying that beauty is nothing to do with skin tone and also the size. I think this is a good message, yeah, to send to everyone, because period 9 is about embracing who we are. Being authenticity is something big in period 9. Yeah.
Right. I think that's a good thing, right? That's excellent. So, and I think that's a good discovery. As I said prior to the start of this our session here, every practitioner who's worth their weight in gold obviously will have their own views and their own unique ways of applications, and that's why we need to talk to more people to see their views. And I like this. This is a new thing, right? Chubby is the new beauty, right? So that's something interesting. Now, so you have also obviously you are Thrive. I know you have Thrive in the last months since last I saw you in September. So you have obviously talked about transformations and helped a lot of people transform. So what is your transformation in the last 9 months or so during this lockdown? And by the way, those who are not from Malaysia, we have been in total, right, plus last year about 100 over days, 140 if I'm not mistaken, 140 days in lockdown. So either you could get depressed or you can get better, right? And I know Iverson has got a lot better, so he has transformed. So can you tell me what has transformed in terms of career and business? Are there any big things for you?
Okay, all right. So I would say that I'll actually able to talk to more students right now. So I am always happy that able to do what I like to do, to share with student information, right? And if some of you actually, attended some of my webinars before, yeah, I like to experiment things, right? And most of the time, I won't actually share with you something that I haven't used before, right? So for me, because due to a lot of time spent at home, right, I keep thinking, yeah, what are the things I able to do differently? Must be effective as well. Then I discover one thing about feng shui, right, that can help me, to actually increase my creativity level. Yeah, because I need to actually share with people about Chinese metaphysics in a way that they can understand. Right. So, and I discovered one thing about feng shui, because I keep telling people about period 9, south, there's a mountain, there's a lot of stuff, right? But I actually tend to overlook one thing, right? Is one of the feng shui system is called purple white. Right. So this is what I discovered, because this is so obvious, because the word purple, right, is represent number 9. Right. If you learn flying star feng shui, right? So I didn't actually share with people this system of feng shui previously, but discover, hey, how come this is an obvious clue? How come I miss it? Right? Because purple 9 is about white and purple and white color, right? So if 1689, 9 is the purple color. So therefore, I actually test my office room, yeah, to set up I would say a structure for me to actually design my course, my content. Right. So how do I actually make people that don't have any Chinese metaphysics background, they're able to benefit from it? Because in the old days, only rich people able to benefit from Chinese metaphysics. Right. So therefore, this helped me to actually have a lot of ideas, inspiration coming in. I know that a lot of people, they don't know what to do. They say, hey, Everson, give me some business idea. I don't know the direction, So therefore, I test it on myself. And once I actually apply this, I would say that, creativity is just flow. Right. So this is what is the new discovery about feng shui. Yeah, the system is not I invented, it's already there. Right. So, but I didn't
new insights to old formulas.
Yes, yeah, right.
Yeah, right.
This is a system I learned from you. Yeah, the purpose stuff.
But you apply it in a very different way. That's the wonderful thing about learning the classes and being practitioners, and that's why I encourage everyone to do here. Is that everyone has to find a way that they apply the formulas in their ways to see the results on their own. It's not just follow what the masters say. And I like the fact that Iverson has discovered a unique way in applying the formulas of traditional feng shui. These new insights. And that's exactly the same. If you think about the business world, guys, in the business world, it's the same thing, right? It's the same principle. You want to do business, you're doing marketing, you're trying to get the word out. But if you're doing the same old, well, marketing, the old style is already dead. right? People are moving to digital marketing. People are reaching out in different ways. They're going through, social media. And if we refuse to change and refuse to get new insights, we're going to be stuck. And that's why, while the formulas for marketing are the same, but the way it's applied has changed. And that is also the same with metaphysics. And period 9, according to Iverson, has in his unique ways has different types of transformations in terms of career and businesses. So you see businesses and career platforms changing, right? That's quite different than the way I see it. So can you give us some examples of how you see it different in
Okay,
period
all
9?
right. So, okay, all right, sure, Tato. So, when I look at my perspective on business and career, of course, just now we're talking about women, right? So, the first advice I always give to anyone is you must learn how to sell and market to women, right? It's a totally different thing, right? If you want to succeed in period 9, that's what you want to do, because women and men, they actually understand things differently, right? Like whenever they say the word "I'm fine," means that they are not fine, right? So we must know, how to actually, get the message, right? So therefore, and then they'll turn out to be I would say, the main purchaser. They make all the purchase decision in the near future. So what if your boss is a lady boss, right? You also need to learn how to manage them, right? So I would say, I always tell my friend, right, this is the first skill you must learn in period 9. Yeah, so there's a
Right.
one here.
Learn how to manage women. I think all guys should learn how to manage women. I think that could be my greatest weakness. So I should be attending this class because I think when I hear I'm fine, it means fine now. What's the problem, right? So, but it's apparently not. Right. And we fall for the same problem all the time.
Yeah, I learned it in a hard way as well.
Right.
Okay, yeah.
And
So this is
yeah, and I heard about your Bitcoin success, and you bought it at the right time, and you did the forecasting. So tell us, this 9 months you made good money. So maybe some people would like to know some ideas about how you did it.
all right. Okay. So just to share with you a little bit about period 9, right? Period 9, there are two so-called calculation about when it's begin, right? So basically, they are Sun method. So I don't want to actually bore you with all the details. Basically, there are two schools. One school say it should be start in 2017, and then another school, actually it's the same system, Sun system. I'm just using the metaphor here. And then the second one here is say period 9 should be start at 2024, right? So, and I did share with my friends and also the student that because it's a Li Gua is artificial, right? Superficial, or it can mean virtual. So it could be virtual coins, right? Something like crypto, right? And then they say, okay, okay, I know that, right? A lot of people say, okay, because some of them, they are metaphysics students. They say, okay, I know that, but I want to know when, right? So I think everyone also know Bitcoin. So I say 2017 or 2024, right? I keep arguing between these 2 points. I say, right, how come I give you a solution here? You add these two numbers together and then you divide by half. All right, this gives us 2020, the mid of 2020. That is the transition point, right? That's why you also see during that time the pandemic happened, right? Exactly during that time, right? Last year, and then we also see a lot of changes there. So yeah, that is the point that where you see the sudden boost, yeah, of the thing. Yeah. So a lot of people think that, hey, Alison, you have this secret technique, a lot of stuff behind. No, actually, very simple, right? I think if you know about this concept, you already know how to do it, right? So it's not something like a special formula behind, So yeah, that's what I try to share with everyone. And some of the students already benefit from this because I already told them 2 years ago sometime. And then, but the transition, I tell them this is a halfway point, right? So this is how I do it.
I think this will be a big thing. This type of so-called virtual currency and virtual management, virtual seminars and events. Period 9 is a big transition for all. And I think if I may recommend all of you guys in some way or another, go and read up, study, and learn everything that you can about this, because I don't think you can ever finish in just 1 or 2 hour sessions here. You gotta really dig deep a little bit and find out so that you're ahead of the game. And you guys are all ahead of the game, right? To the head of the game, and hopefully Iverson can give some ideas about how he has done it. And of course, he approaches this really like a programmer would, right? You think about it, what's the logical, the deduction point, right? I mean, I will approach it in a more intuitive way, right? I approach this in a more intuitive way. My style is very different than yours. Your style is a very a systematic, calculated way to get there. But nevertheless, you got there, right? So that is amazing. And that's what happened in last 9 months, guys. That is something that is good. So, and again, I want to stress one thing. I don't think it's luck that is playing the thing. It's metaphysics skills that do help in some ways, that you guys, I think any of you guys can learn a little bit about. Okay, so what else about period 9 compliance that you think currently you have discovered that was different than your period 9 discussions before when it comes to feng shui? Do you have some ideas about that?
Yeah, I think on feng shui part is about because period 9 is about spiritual as well. It's a world of spiritual. Like we go through the industrial revolution, and then now we're in the information age, and then in period 9 we'll go to a spiritual age. Right, during an information age where we are crowded with so much information to a point that we actually have this what we call information indigestion, right? Too much information. And whenever this happens, and then you pick to a point, people crave for wisdom, yeah, crave for simplicity. So therefore, the transition here, they'll see that a lot of people they're pursued on, they're actually pursued on the spiritual path. And also, I'll discover one thing that a lot of people also will have some mental issues as well, like depression and all those things. They are all of it will happen, right? So another way of using feng shui is also from Qigong perspective, because Qigong feng shui, yeah, from that area, they're talking about spiritual strength, right? So it's about building a, like, just like you take vaccine, right? You do actually a protection, yeah, within yourself, because we cannot eliminate all problems, right? Yeah, I mean, be honest here, right? Yes, right. But a lot of people say, hey, I was like, can you show me a place? There are no problems. I always say cemetery is the one, right? As long as we're alive, there'll be something will happen, right? So therefore, I use Qigong feng shui in a way to build my spiritual strength. I know there are a lot of people, whenever they're home, they're very stressed, right? Deal with their partners and all those things. I got one client actually, they're arguing about with his wife about where to put their fish in the fridge. They actually allocated a section. The husband should put on the left and wife to be at the right, you know. So therefore, a lot of people have all these issues. So I use
this is an extreme OCD problem.
yeah. So sometimes, yeah, there's a fun about consulting sometimes, right? You meet different people from walks of life. So I use spiritual feng shui, and just to share a little bit here, right? How do I to answer that question? How do we do it differently? I discovered that if some of you learned Qigong before, I think you came across. I think you especially. Yeah, Qigong Academy is coming right this week, right? So like you also discover, you learn about deities, right? So in period 9, there are 2 deities to be more popular, right? So do you guys want to know? Right, this is what I discovered is the red phoenix and the surging snake, right? Because both of them, if you want to know why, both of them is also a fire element, right, in nature. So we actually affine to that affinity. So there is a technique for you. How do you actually doing this? Because like surging snake is about attachment, right? A lot of time people cannot actually move forward because they're attached from something. They cannot move forward, right? So we actually do with all this discovery from Qigong perspective as well. We still use the same format from Qigong, but we look from the lens of period 9. Yeah, and then Red Phoenix, I think you guys know, right? Phoenix about communication. Yeah, like a lot of people always tell me, especially they say, hey, Everson, my partner chart don't have hurting officer. I cannot do Facebook Live. But the moment pandemic hits, they need to make money, right? Yeah, then they have no choice. They need to do Facebook Live to sell stuff, right? Then after 3 months, they become so good at it. Then I tell them, right, where is your excuses? Last time you told me you blame your partner chart because cannot do something, right? Right now you're doing it. So therefore, I see period 9 is a time that they can level the playing field, where a lot of big organizations right now, they are not doing well. Right? If you don't take the opportunities right now, you know when, right? I don't know when would be the best time other than now to do something, right? So no matter how small it is, move forward 1 point. This is what normally I tell my friends and my client.
That's really interesting. And so, do you have a different view about the laws of success and happiness in the last 9 months than you did before? What were the transformations? Because I have different views, obviously, about success and happiness in the last 18 months, I can tell you, because of lockdown has changed. I mean, for someone like me, I'll go first, and then maybe you can tell me about your views, because
Okay.
those days, I mean, I have been traveling every month at least. Two of the weeks I won't be home, and so very there would, even if you want to argue, there's not enough time to argue with anybody, right? Because I'm just not here to argue, right? Right. So, but when you are in the same house, there's definitely there's going to be, you're going to see things you don't like to see, and see or meet opinions that you don't like. Well, there's always positive and negative things about something, but obviously, to be spiritually evolved is to be able to go above that, and be able to learn something from it, and still be to appreciate, to find gratitude in the moment. So that really tested my views on becoming more spiritually aware and improve, because there's one thing talking about it, but actually living it is a whole different thing. So now, of course, I do enjoy being with the family, being together, so I actually I get to be peaceful now, right? With those days I get peaceful when I'm on a plane, right, on my flight to somewhere. It's like nobody calls me now. I'm at home, right? I'm with everybody, and we are crowded with people, with family members. I don't have visitors, but yet there's some form of peace. I think that's, for me, it's a new spiritual view on my own. I think I attained some improvement in that aspect, and also for me, the way I'm able to live here internally in a more brighter place, because normally back in those days, I'm always going to places and being in different environments. So environment is very important to help me get into a state of happiness, right? But right now, I could be where I am right now, and I can still be in a very good state of happiness right here. So that, to me, is an improvement. And even now, like everybody is stuck here, I think I would be, if I really wanted to, still accept some jobs and still fly out, because it's a work arrangement. But I don't see the need that right now that I really would like to do that, because I'm quite good staying right here. So and would that change my life moving forward? Yes, it changed a lot of how I would manage my life events. It would change a lot on how I would deal, whether or not I want to be having so many big events in the future, because the way I see it has changed. So I have spiritually changed, I think, internally a lot. Okay, and I talk a lot about that even on my Telegram with our students and all that. Okay, and I find that is an extreme correlation with that and my own career and business success, because as I see the calmness there, and I get to think clearly, I make better decisions, and I make more money. So that's a correlation. It's like a side effect as a result of being in that state. Okay, so that's my discovery in 18 months of lockdown. All right, so, and Iverson, obviously you have been, I haven't seen you since last September, and you have all these smiles on your face. So what is your spiritual transformation?
Okay, thank you, Dato, for sharing your view on that. So, for me here, I would say, because I mean, let's talk about pre-lockdown. So I'm someone that I like to actually achieve a lot of things, right? It's just like an expectation, right? I want to ask this where I work that time. I want for promotion. So keep taking, want to achieve something, right? So, and then one thing I learned during this lockdown here, I discovered that right, we cannot control every single thing, right? Because a lot of people say, right, hey, success. I also give me the definition of success. But first of all, I think we need to know that success not necessarily just making like millions. Success basically tones down to one simple thing. The moment we get what we want in life, yeah, you're considered successful. It doesn't matter what is other people's definition is. So during this time, I discovered that yes, yeah, we should do our best to improve ourselves, but to a point that we know that we cannot control everything. Yeah, this is my realization. As long I do my best every single day, I can sleep soundly at night, because there are no worries anymore, right? Because I know that I already do my best for myself and then for my family. So what kind of best? Like I taking courses, right? I reading a lot. I improve myself. I just do whatever I can, right? The less I just leave it, to the universe, to the flow, and use some feng shui activation, to boost it up. Yeah, then I sleep soundly at night. Yeah, this is what I discovered, the peace. Yeah, because old days I always thinking about what to control, like everything I need to control. But I learned to let go, and this humbled me in a way because I know that there are larger force at play out there, right? I just do humanly possible, and then just leave it all. For the universe. And one thing I
Right.
discovered also, this is something not related, yeah. But if you during this pandemic, right, you make some breakthrough, right? So yeah, it'd be good to actually probably you already did, yeah, actually help some people. Yeah, I discovered true joy, because a lot of people right now they're needing our help. Yeah, so I discovered some joy
Especially
of it.
here, especially in Malaysia. For those of you who are not from this part of the world, we're still in a lockdown. We have like the longest lockdown after lockdown, and it's becoming weird. Okay, right? Someone say, please contribute to charity. Never ask anyone to do that. It should come from their heart. The one who asks people to do that will get bad luck. Okay, because you don't do it yourself. All right, so it's like because it must come from their own heart. You can't get anyone else to do that. All right, you gotta do that on your own steam, right? And there are so bunch of people. Oh, you're rich. You must do that. That is one of those hucksome people, right? That it's out of form of jealousy, right? So and this is out of the people that you got to teach them how to they have to keep what do you call that, views for themselves first. All right, so it's like, oh, you're the PM, you cannot fly in this jet because everyone else is suffering. What the hell are you talking about? Right? So there are some people who had that sort of jealousy in their mind, and that's not a spiritual breakthrough. Okay, so if you want people to do charity, you do it first. Okay, that should be how it works. All right, that's good. So now I think period 9 is a big topic around the world, and a lot of people do need some views of this, right? And you have been teaching period 9 for some time. Is there going to be a different period 9 program that is coming out on your end?
Yeah, actually, this time because due to the lockdown, I discovered a lot of new stuff, right? That so therefore, I would say structure in a way there's something more relevant to post-pandemic, right?
Right.
Because I mean that the winter will not last forever, right? Spring going to come soon, right? So are you prepared or not for that? So therefore, I skew toward on that. And so it will be a more, I would say, different angle look at it. And then I see also, I showed just now, there are different new findings. I'm going to add that part in. And hopefully this is to help not only for those that know Chinese metaphysics, but for those who are new, right? They just want to know how to improve. They just want to know how to improve their life, right? So I want to
Right.
skew to that, a quick way,
So
yeah, to do it.
So it is for someone, you have programs that I mean, I teach those who already have metaphysics knowledge, but for you, do you have a program that is suited for like real absolute beginners who don't even know what period 9 is?
Yes, I actually design in a way that for anyone, right? So if you're a beginner, you're able to benefit from it, and even you are intermediate or expert, you have a new perspective, right? So hopefully,
Right.
yeah. So this is something I actually very excited. Yeah, I spent a lot of time during this pandemic, this lockdown, to actually polish this up and
All right.
perfecting
So
the
this
whole
is
way.
going to be different. This is going to be different than your previous programs that you have talked about, right? Because the period 9 program you talked about for mostly is advanced practitioners, than someone who's already been to our classes before. So is this something new that like absolute newbies can learn?
Yes, it is, right? Because
Right.
it's because I do this. It's not because I so great at this. It's because I do it so many years, right? I know how a beginner mind think. Even me myself is a beginner once, right? So I discovered that in order to actually drive a car, you don't need to know what is inside the engine, right? So I'll be the one to teach you how to drive. As long as you get to the destination, that is my goal. And also, I realize on program teaching, right? People normally cannot memorize what you tell them, right? But people can memorize how you make them feel, right? So the way I structure my program is more on experience. So they actually can learn it without knowing that they are learning it, So this is something
Right.
that I am actually cooking during this pandemic.
Okay. All right. So you want to share some of this with us here? You maybe just 5 minutes. You want to tell us about an upcoming program that you are personally doing. So, guys,
Okay,
this
sure.
is something that Iverson is going to talk about. This is like a short session that you're going to teach them something right now, and maybe they might be interested in joining you further. All right. I'm going to bring out your slides.
Okay, all right. So I would say that a lot of time people actually complaining, right? Their child is bad and all those things. So period 9, I would say that right now we are in the right time in history, right? Because if you are too young right now to witness this transition, it might not be beneficial for you. Like let's say you are just 5 years old, right? So I would say that we are fortunate in a way that we are able to witness this transition in a time where we can do something about it, right? So therefore, every transition of period, especially in period 9, because last year we witnessed the great conjunction, from the Jupiter and the Saturn, the closest one. So this is a big shift, right? So therefore, it's a point for reset and restart, right? So I would say these are something, and in order to ensure this, as I would say SOP, so many people using the term SOP, or step by step, right, to actually get to this. And I didn't do this because from a concept, right? I do this because I tested myself. So therefore, I use all this information and I structure in a way. Then I created this period 9 masterclass. Right, this is a live stream program, and then there's a 2 days from 27 to 28 November. And so, and how many of you here actually already joined? I see a lot of you here typing. Okay, nice. Okay, so thank you for all of you here supporting me. Nice. Okay, so what we're going to do here is like this. A lot of people say, hey, Everson, what we're going to cover here. So mainly I'm going to do these 5 things. All right, so let me just quickly. The first thing I want to tell everyone, don't talk about attack first. You learn how to protect yourself. Just like vaccine, right? You need to protect yourself to become period 9 compliant. So the first thing in the program here is to teach you, how do you protect first, right? So you are secure, right? So you're and then you can move forward. So this is the transition that we are talking about. Okay, so then I'm going to talk about Bazi activation, right? So because your Bazi chart, there are certain things in your Bazi chart or weapon, if you will, that can actually, if you use it, right, you can actually able to awaken certain superpower that only available in period 9. Right? I know a lot of people complain, right? I don't have wealth element, then how, and then they don't have certain missing element, right? So maybe period 9, you're the winner. You don't know, right? Those people that used to love you that your chart is bad, maybe period 9, their chart might not be so bad, not so good anymore, right? So therefore, we're going to learn about this. And one good thing here is you learn this not only for yourself, right? You can use this knowledge to look at everyone in your family, right? So this is something you can actually do as well. So, and then we also, this is very important, right? I think there are a lot of people talking about changing their destiny. I think they want to change your destiny. I would say you need to succeed in your career or business because your work governs 70% of your time, right? If you're not able to make this work for you, right, likely you don't have a happy life, right? So we're going to identify what are the big transformation in career and business in period 9. And then you want to actually do it now, not during period 9, right? Because a lot of people, I want to share with a lot of people is that opportunities, right? If it's everyone knowing it, it's no longer called opportunities. It's already called general knowledge, right? A lot of people need to wait. So that's why a lot of people asking, hey, Iverson, can I activate more opportunities for me? And I always tell them, you don't want opportunities. He say, are you crazy, Iverson? Of course I want one, right? So I say, you want a guarantee win, right? Because every time I saw opportunities strike, you don't take action, right? You say you're scared, there's a risk, right? So a lot of time people thinking they want opportunities, they just want a guaranteed win, right? So guaranteed win will not going to happen, right? Nothing live in guarantee, but we can actually make ourselves have more chances and align to the king of period 9, which is the energy there, right? So we're going to do that through your career or business. Okay, and then the third one here, we're going to talk about period 9 compliant feng shui. A lot of there's a myth that a lot of people think that I should actually move to period 9 house. A lot of people, because due to the way we use our smartphone, the new version always be better, right? We have this notion of it. But actually in period 9, you no need to, doesn't mean that period 9 house is better than period 8. Just look like Warren Buffett, right? How many years he stay in that house? go through so many periods, he's still very successful. So therefore, I want to actually tell people, you able to benefit from period 9 feng shui without the need to move house. Right, so therefore I'm going to talk about, and also some people are looking for investment as well. I share with them how do they spot a good investment for period 9 as well. And this one I didn't talk about last time, right? It's about romance and relationship in period 9. I think this is important. By the way,
No, they're saying they don't want to manage women. They want to learn how to the woman wants to be understood. So can you cover this or not?
Yeah, I teach them how to influence the woman. Yeah, so I would say that influence better,
Okay.
right?
So that's awesome.
Yeah, so I just did a short webinar about relationship. Yeah, I think a few days ago. Yeah, and then I actually discovered that a lot of time although people say they want wealth, they want money, right? But deep down inside, I truly believe that the quality of our life are direct reflection of the quality of our relationship. Yeah, think about this, right? The moment you got promoted, yeah, you might say, "Yay, I'm happy," right? But then the next thing, what happened? You're going to call someone, right? To call your family or your friends to celebrate. So because there's if you are successful alone, there's no meaning. Yeah, it's miserable. So I think that in period 9, yeah, we want to know, right? So you ask yourself, who will be with you in period 9, or who will no longer be with you that time, right? You need to have a strategy to manage this part. And the fifth thing here we'll talk about is the 7 spiritual laws of success, which I didn't talk about last time because I discovered that in period 9 is a lot of people move into spiritual. And by the way, if all of you here are parter coach or feng shui coach or achievement, whatever it is, right? In period 9, you are the most sought after profession. Yeah, so yeah, some of you, I think a lot of people tell me, hey, I want to be a parter coach, I want to learn parter, I want to learn achievement, right? Yes, it's good. It's a good place to go because a lot of people, they have spiritual pain, right? They want you to help them to solve problem, right? So, and more importantly, it's also happiness in period 9. Okay, and much more, right? So this is something I plan to do. And of course, this one I mentioned earlier about purple white script. Yeah, I'm going to add this part in to actually show you how do I apply this on my own self, and then I see progress, right, on that part. Yeah,
so a lot of your program is very much based on your own unique views on how you apply the old formulas, which I think I need to add this part, which is really interesting because a great practitioner is always somebody who can make the system come alive and use it in a way that creates the results that they want. So it's not, a lot of people think learning feng shui or learning metaphysics is always about, I can learn this formula and as long as I follow the ancient books, it's going to be great. The ancient books are written a few hundred years ago. It doesn't even apply right now. They don't have buildings the way they had last time. So what I like about Iverson's approach is he applies it for himself, and be from his background and his experience as a very analytical thinker. He comes up with very, very unique ways of using the formulas, and it works in for his clientele and his group of students as well. So that's what I like about his approach.
Okay, all right, thank you. So this is something I would like to share with everyone, which in fact, where I'm talking to all of you here right now, I actually in a proper white setup group, right? This is where I design my course content, talk to my client, and think about solution. Yeah, all happens in this space, right? So some of you here are brand new to feng shui, right? So let me just summarize this for you. Like a lot of people will tell you, right? You are who you mix with, right? You are the sum of five friends, that the close friend that you, because the people you spend time with is who you become. So feng shui is the same analogy talking about where you spend time in is who you become, right? So you need to know, how do you make sure that space that's supporting you, okay? And this is the one I like a lot. Yeah, I didn't review this, and because we keep talking about women is a powerhouse or period 9, right? But due to the yin and yang nature, there also be a challenger, right? So we all talk about what is a new challenger for period 9. I deliberately didn't show what is this looks like, right? So because some of you say, oh, I'm disappointed, I'm not woman, right? So maybe there's something happening, right? Because yin and yang, right? You want to know what are the challenges. Even your women, you need to know what are you facing with, right? So this is the one I'm going to share in this new masterclass program as well.
Period 9 is period 9. Women will rule.
Yeah.
I think so. This is it. We better learn how to influence them. I don't think we can manage, but we'll try. It's
Yeah,
their
we'll
world.
try. I'm still learning, right? Like sometimes, some people always, I don't know why, a lot of people always like to ask me, right? Iverson, do I look pretty? And that's the hardest question to answer.
I ask you, never ask me. Yeah, you ask me and see what happens.
Yeah, sometimes they put me, sometimes they put me in a very hard position.
Why you must say pretty lah? Why?
Yeah, sometimes, yeah, because I'm a bit, even I say my face doesn't show it sometimes, I don't know why. Yeah, so, but I know it. Yeah, because sometimes they're like that. They force me to say that. Say, "Hey, Iverson, am I pretty or not?"
So
Sometimes I try to be honest,
they're not chubby lah. That's a problem lah. That's the thing.
yeah. So, but I discovered one way to tell them already, right? Actually, you're very pretty, but it's just not so obvious on it, So I'm a consultant. It's my job to make you more obvious in terms of yeah.
Oh, very good. You're very pretty, but not so obvious.
唔夠明顯咯 in Cantonese, right? So, so
Yeah.
so that's why in the consultation we have a lot because this
level.
Yeah. So, but I would say that this is not about it's not discriminate how people look, but this is something funny, right? I want to share with everyone. Sometimes during consultation, they always caught me off guard. I don't know what to do. They suddenly ask me this question. While I'm start to read their chart. So it's fun being a consulting job.
Why you got consult? People ask you pretty or not? I've never asked me. People don't ask me that sort of question or not.
So
and this is my happy face, man, all the time. So they don't even ask me, and they ask you, I'm a gaucho. All right. What else do you have? What else have you got for us?
All right. So I think in period 9, right, is a complex world, right? So complex world, you cannot have just one system to solve complex problems, right? So we're going to share with you about an omni system. How do you use a different system of Chinese metaphysics to solve certain problems, right? Because each of them have their own unique strength and functions. So I'm going to tell you what to do on different situations, right? So this is something that I'm going to share in this period 9 program and much more. Okay, and there's some of you. How many of you here? Wow, so many. Let me read through the comments.
A lot. All right. So wow, this is a lot of people are interested. I can see here talking about now. We are my team is going to promote this class for you, and we are launching it at this price. Right? Let me just. Can you bring out the slide on the pricing? So in case you guys are interested, this is the. You have the pricing for this, Iverson?
Yes.
Yeah. So it's 997. That's what you are selling this, and of course, this is also through all the our affiliates and all that. But if we're gonna sign up directly from our tribe members tonight, just all the tribe members here, you guys are tribe members. Can we give a special discount just for our tribe members?
All right. Yeah.
Do we have
so yes, yeah, we work out something here. So this would be the investment for this master the art of period 9.
All right, okay, cool. So just so you guys know, because normally the price at 997, because we also have affiliates, and some who are selling affiliates, they take 50% to 40%. I don't know, the distributors. So this is a direct buy from us. So Iverson is going through this for our tribe members. So in case you are interested in learning, have some fun over 2 days and learn about period 9, I really feel this is worth it. And this is the link that you see is joeyup.com/P9 Masterclass. And it is a $997 product if you buy elsewhere, because this is going through no third party, no middleman. All right, so it's direct with here. So if you are interested in joining, if you are listening to this and watching this video right now, that means you are part of the tribe, and as part of the tribe, you get special access right here, right now. That's great. Thank you so much, Iverson, for that. Now, the thing is this, I always ask for more. And can you give a little bit more in case people are on a downward spiral and then they say they got bad luck and then they cannot afford this, cannot afford that? which obviously is a real problem for some people. We can understand that. So how would you help these people?
Okay, all right. So we're gonna work out something special for everyone here, for the tribe here today. And if
Right.
you
Some
are,
tribe take action early on, right? Some tribe that members take action early, then how?
yes, yeah.
Okay.
So
Tell
one more thing. Yeah, one more thing here is for the first 20 for this group here, this tribe here. So if you actually enroll for this period 9 program, this is an extra bonus webinar I'm going to actually share with you. It's about how to neutralize bad luck using Chiman. Right. So
neutralize bad luck. Oh,
yes.
then why only 20, right?
So it's like some people ask me
Why,
like,
why
oh,
you give
no way,
why you
Sorry?
give only 20? What, cannot give more, is it?
Yeah, I think my power right now cannot dissolve so many bad luck. All right.
Oh,
Yeah, so let me improve my superpower first. Yeah, then I can give more.
okay. So next time when your power increase to level 3,
Yeah,
then you probably can dissolve 40 people bad luck. Now you dissolve
yeah,
20 people bad luck first. Okay, all
yeah.
right. But you're
Okay.
not bad luck, then no need this program.
Yeah,
Okay, all
if
right.
you don't have
So
bad luck, then you learn this and then you share with your family, right? Or whenever who need this. Okay, all right. So if you are interested,
all right.
there you go. Yeah, this is the
Okay.
one. Yeah, 297, and then with the limited bonus for the first 20 only. Okay,
All
all
right.
right, and
This is very, very cool. And I think this is a great offer. As you know, this is more than half price because they are buying direct, not through a third party. So if you would like to join us for this program and also neutralize bad luck, hopefully you don't have bad luck to neutralize, join us early. Join, not us. This is Iverson's class. So please join Iverson. And I do recommend him wholeheartedly. And he has been, I've seen the transformation in his life, and he's gone through the applications and he designed it and he's seen the results. And I get a lot of great feedback from students who attend his class. So I would like to endorse Everson Lee's program, the Period 9 Masterclass, 27 to the 28th of November. It's a 2-day program. It's a fantastic offer. And hopefully you can attend this. All right. Well, great, Iverson. Thank you for that lovely sharing today. Right.
yeah,
So
welcome.
now, obviously, people are deciding right now, and some of them are already decided to be there. Do they need to prepare? What do they need to prepare to come to this event? Is there anything that they need to know prior to, coming to your class? Although you
I
say for
would say
beginners,
that
beginners always say, "I'm a beginner, so how?" Right? What do they need to prepare?
okay, all right. You just need to print your parter chart. It's free, by the way, from the website. And then the desire to become better, right? That one is very important, right? So you don't want to waste your time and money coming here just for entertainment, right? So if you are committed to become better, not only for yourself, but for your family in the next 20 years, so yeah, I welcome you to join this program. And I committed, and me and because the JYT working behind here also, we work in a group. So we actually committed to give you the closest period 9 experience ever. Yeah, this is our commitment to do this. Okay,
That's great.
right.
And of course, some of them now. I always recommend that you guys attend it live, but in some cases where they can't attend it live, they will have some replay, for some limited replay where you guys can see it, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Cool. But of course, attending live, they get to answer questions directly, and never underestimate. Like you guys are attending live right now. This is a live event, so it'll be great that you guys attend live because you get the energy directly, right? That's my recommendation whenever you attend a class like this. That's great. That's great. Okay, thank you so much for your time tonight. And for those of you guys who are going to join Iverson for the program, I wish you all the best. And I think it's going to be a fantastic 2 days with Iverson. Please join me now in thanking Iverson for his time tonight. Press a 1, you guys here. Press a 1 as a sign of applause. And thank you for Iverson. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. And thank you, Dr. Joey, for having me here today to
All
talk
right.
about period.
Thank you. Thank you. All right. That was Everson Lee, guys. Thank you so much for logging in tonight. And if you guys would love to see more of this sort of interviews with my fellow practitioner friends and coaches out there, do drop me a note on Telegram or drop me a note right here in the comment section. And we'll see who we can bring to the next Q&A. If you guys have fun, learn something, and enjoyed yourself, type a yes right here in the comment section. And thank you so much for logging in tonight. Bye bye. See you next time.